So if you have any question, let me know. But oops, how come it's so slow? So please do the quiz. You have plenty of time. But many of you has passed my quiz anyway, so that's okay. Okay. So slow, eh? How come it's so slow? Okay. Okay. So many of the material is not covered yet. So I did cover most, nearly, yeah, basically most of the cybersecurity stuff. Overview of cybersecurity, vulnerability analysis, basic cybersecurity, firewall, secure VPN. I fail with OpenVPN in MikroTik. So we have to play around with this one first. Cover web application firewall, host defense, intrusion detection system, and so on. And until this one. This one is easy. Internet safety easy. Is for the end user. For example, what kind of password is the safest password? Can we click any attachment in WhatsApp group? That's internet safety. So this is not important. Uh, most of you I have not covered anything about hacking. I did cover about forensic in another class, but hacking is not covered yet. A lot of stuff in hacking actually. This is introduction for hacking, what we need to prepare for to do hacking. Footprinting is basically intelligent process. Sniffing is basically what? Sniffing, I don't know. Getting the information from the network by, well, yeah, sniffing. I don't know the correct word in English though, because that's English word. Chat GPT. What is sniffing? What is sniffing in hacking? Hacking, intercepting, monitoring network traffic. So you can get username, password, credit card number if it is not encrypted. Basically, any data encrypted in the network you can sniff. So you can, but this is passive. Okay. For more active sniffing, it's called man in the middle attack. This is more dangerous. You can get many things, including when you do like internet banking transaction. If someone in the network do this kind of thing, uh, your password will be hacked by uh, this guy can get your password easily. Okay, that's man in the middle attack. Okay, that's sniffing. Hacking wireless is basically how to. So I will give some overview in the hacking stuff because it's not covered in the any class at President University. Okay, sniffing. You can do this using Wireshark. I did many times in my class. Wireless hacking is basically how to get the password of your Wi-Fi. So how to crack the password of your Wi-Fi. The technique is quite simple actually. We uh, we cheat the access point, but we need to sniff the network first. So we intercept the network and see who's connecting to the network. Basically, we see the MAC address and the IP address. Okay, having the MAC address and the IP address of the users, what we do in the wireless hacking is telling the access point that this IP address or this MAC address is disconnecting from the network. By sending a message to the access point that this particular IP address, this particular MAC address basically, this particular MAC address is disconnected from the network. then the gadget, the phone, the laptop will try to reconnect to the access point. Okay, when they reconnect to the access point, the software will send the password to the access point. So we intercept all the communication between the user and the client, the gadget with the access point. All is intercepted, and after we have many packet authentication packet, then we can use the software to crack the password of this particular access point. So that's how we do the wireless hacking basically. But the actual command is something like this. Let me see if I have. So this is nothing to do with this class actually. Okay. Hacking. Wireless hacking. Okay. We can do something this one. So most of the Wi-Fi they use WPA for the encryption. So that's basically we use in this one. I think we use okay. This is basically setting our Wi-Fi to monitor the wireless traffic, and this is uh, the traffic to dump to save all the traffic from the channel. Okay. In this mode, basically we save all the communication between all the gadget and the access point. Okay. This one is for when we are trying to hack the particular uh, MAC address of the Wi-Fi and the MAC address of the client. Okay, so that's how. Oh, sorry. This is to replay. This is to crack. This is for cracking. Okay. Now in this mode, we are very passive, so we are not cheating we are not cheating the users, the access point, saying that the user is disconnected. So we normally adding more comment to tell the access point that this particular user is disconnected from the network. So that's how we normally cheat. We can do something like this, and normally we leave the Wi-Fi to run for the whole night, and then we can get all the uh, traffic. Okay, but this where if we are passive, it takes longer time. Okay, if we are more active, we basically cheat the access point, telling that okay, this user is disconnected and so on. That's faster. Okay, so that's how we crack the access point of the Wi-Fi. Having that kind of approach, okay, that's WPA. If we do more complex algorithm, it's more difficult. See this? When we crack, we use this file. Basically, we have dictionary file and use the dictionary to crack the password. The problem is if the password is quite complex, it's not in the dictionary, the password will be very difficult to crack. So that's the key actually. Okay, we need the dictionary file. If it is not in the dictionary, forget it. We cannot crack the Wi-Fi. So, so that's the security side of this hacking. Okay, basically, the key is here. Okay, okay, that's how to hack Wi-Fi, hacking wireless. Another hack of wireless, we use external antenna. Basically, we use parabolic antenna. 2.4 gigahertz, for example. So we can use antenna something like this. Okay. Uh, so we put the Wi-Fi over here, but this one is more difficult because we need to have Wi-Fi with external connector. What we normally do is we use this antenna. Okay, this made from wok for cooking, and then here we have USB Wi-Fi. We put it in inside this PVC tube. So we have USB Wi-Fi inside this PVC tube, and we can connect Wi-Fi access point for what 2 kilometers and something like that. So 1 or 2 kilometers is we basically extend the range of the Wi-Fi by using this walk. Of course, if we use larger parabolic antenna, we can connect much longer distance. The you can see the world record of this kind of connection from WNW net here. WNW, wireless networking in developing world, WNW. Okay, here in the library you have translation. Oh, you can download the book actually. You can download the book. Okay, I think this is the book, PDF book. Of course, it has some translation, including the Indonesian translation. I think the world record is about what 150 kilometers, something like that. So, but that's using the so basically it's used the Linksys. This Linksys, let me show you. Linksys, WT, this one. This router. See this one? This is the external antenna. So we plug a cable from the Linksys to the let me see if I can show you the disk. So if you have this kind of antenna, okay, if we have this kind of antenna, not this big one, the small one like this, so we can use this small one. It costs about like what, like $40 or something. Okay, so we have this disk, and we unplug this antenna and run a cable to this, but we need to change the LNB here. So we change the LNB of this antenna using a small dipole antenna, and then we can connect up to like 100 something kilometers. Okay, the longest path we managed to connect in Indonesia is about 300 kilometers, but with relay in between. Okay, so this is another kind of hack. Let me see. Okay, we managed to connect this. Okay, this is how they connect. See this? This is North Sulawesi, Manado area. So they put the there is a mountain here. Here there is a mountain here. Okay, there's a mountain here. So we connect from this mountain to this island, small island here, and connect to this part, this area here. The distance from this site to Halmahera is about 300 kilometers, but they put relay in between. So the distance is about 150 kilometers. Okay. So this is quite very long distance actually. Okay. quite close to the world record. Okay, and from here we can connect to the other islands. Okay, okay, so that's the, where is the, this one? No, where is, okay, this one. Okay, so that's wireless. Attacking password is basically, there's four type of how to attack password. We can attack password offline. We can attack password online, basically. Okay. This type of attack is brute force. So basically, we use dictionary again. We use dictionary, and we test is each word in the dictionary to the login form. Okay, so basically we have several tools like Hydra, OPH, Crack, and so on. Okay, there are several tools to do these things, including John the Ripper in Kali Linux. So the tool is there, but the key is the dictionary. Okay, if we don't have the correct dictionary, it's nearly impossible to to crack the password. Okay, so the how to build the dictionary is what we normally do is using let me see, Kali Linux. So we can search in Google using keyword Kali Linux. What else? Dictionary generator. Let me see. Okay, there are several dictionary generator in Kali Linux. What I normally do is this one. The one that I normally use is Chowel, custom word list generator. The trick with this generator is basically it will browse the website of our victim. So, for example, this particular guy have their own Facebook, their own social media web, and we can use Chewo, custom word list generator, to browse the website and hoping some of the word in the website will be used as password. So the command is quite simple actually. This is the command. Okay, minus D minus M is this one. D is a depth of the spider to evaluate the site. M is the length of word. Okay, so this is minimal 5, or this is minimal. The default is 3. Okay, so basically this is the depth. So Cheryl will run a spider to check the web, and this is the length of the minimal password, and this is the dictionary file, and this is the target website. So that's how we generate the password for our victim. So the key from here is, if we use the same word or text based on our posting in media social or on the website, Chawel will generate the password very easy. But if we use we generate the password using this kind of tools like generate, for example, password generator with random word, number, and what else? Character. Okay, so we can generate our own password using, there are many websites in the internet to then generate very strong password. we can ask this website to generate password. This kind of password is very difficult to hack actually. So this one is very quite. This is very strong, but there is no there is number here, but no special character here. But if we want to make it much more difficult, we can change some of these words into special character, and then becoming very difficult to hack. Okay, so the solution is very easy actually. We can character use is this. Okay, we can regenerate. Okay, let me see if I remove this and this. How come there is no? Oh, that's why. Okay. This is more difficult to hack. To be honest, I use this kind of application to set my password. So it's much more difficult to hack because of that. Okay. But if we access the website without any encryption, somebody can easily see our password. So that's the problem. Okay. But at least if the web is encrypted, everything is encrypted, the password is more difficult to hack. But make sure our gadget, our phone, laptop is not compromised. There is no Trojan in our laptops. That will be safe. Okay, so that's this one. Okay, that's about attacking password. Attacking the database, I have been showing you about how to do the SQL injection and so on. So that's how to attack the database. Okay, now to deface web, the next thing is web defacing. So basically for solving the database attack, we need to make sure our coding is safe. So basically this from the security side is about safe coding. Okay, if we are not good enough in safe coding, the easiest way is put our code in ChatGPT or Grok, and then ask for advice how to make the code safer. That's it. Okay. So today life is much easier using AI. Okay. So that's the database attack. Now deface is a website that the page is changed uh, by hacker. So, for example, the website of I don't know. Let me see if there is one. Deface screenshot. Let me see if we can have some screenshot of deface web. So this is the website that being defaced. Okay. Uh, somebody normally put something like this: hacked by someone, put his face, hack, and so on. So that's if the web is defaced. One of the way to deface web is basically we should be able to the attacker, the hacker should be able to enter the website, and then they manage to take over the administrator, the root account, and then they change this page. Okay, that's the normal way. That's the what the the what the way normally people use. But the other way normally, if we can find the web with uh, for the scenario is something like this. Many of the government or small medium enterprise that they don't want to pay the professional web programmer to build their website. Many of them actually paying the student to to build that website. That's fine if the student is good enough. The problem is many of the student is not good enough. Okay. Now many of them actually use the Windows uh, installation for Linux. Like in Linux, we have LAMP installation. Not this one, not this LAMP Ubuntu. So we have Linux, Apache, MySQL, PHP installation. Fine. Okay. The problem in this one actually PHP. Okay. If we in Linux we have LAMP. For example, the server is Linux server. We can install LAMP here, but we make sure we solve this problem with the PHP problem. Okay. The other one is in Windows. We have SAM basically, not LAMP, not this one. Okay. XAMPP in Windows. Okay. Similar to LAMP, but it's aimed for Windows. Fine. Okay. The problem is the P part, the PHP part, it normally will install PHP my admin. Okay. So basically it will be look like something like this. Okay. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Okay. So we can see something. Oops. Let me see. So basically we can see the administrative dashboard of the database. So using PHP My Admin, we can access the administrative dashboard of the database. Okay. And then we can set the database and so on using this page. Okay. Now the problem is many of the beginner programmer they forgot to remove this module PHP My Admin after they finish the configuration. Okay, so they leave the PHP My Admin, and we can do some dorking, Google Dork, on the internet to see if there is any website still running PHP My Admin, and we brute force the administrator password. Okay, so basically we brute force the administrator password of the PHP admin, and we take over the database as well as the website. Having after we take over the website, then we can do the this one, the what is it? This one. This one? Okay. We can deface the web. So that's what so this kind of hack is done normally by the junior hacker. Junior hacker will do something like that. So they will do dorking of use Google Dork and find the PHP My Admin page and crack the administrator password, take over the website, and change the page of the web. Okay, as simple as that. Okay. Now, how to solve this problem? It's actually simple. Remove the PHP My Admin. We can remove, we can delete, very easy. So we delete this one. If you see my note in wiki and so on, I never use this one. Okay, I never ever use PHP My Admin. I always use command line to do these things. So we have to change the behavior, how to work. Okay, this is okay. This is graphical user interface. Makes our life easier as a student, as a beginner is okay, but very dangerous. Okay, so some of the tool make things easier, but make things more dangerous. So we need to make sure we take care of these things correctly. So that's defacing the web. Okay, oops. What? Where is it? Oops. How come? I pressed the wrong button. Huh? Okay. 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 So this is how to secure your web from the hacking point of view. Okay. So that's attacking password, database, device web. Now the file sharing. The file sharing is basically window things. We normally do file sharing in the our network, including printer. We share our printer file sharing on our network. Okay. Now, if somebody able to get the password, username password to access a particular folder, then we can actually access the content of the folder, the file of the folder. So the trick is how to make sure no one, only certain person have the access, have the access to username password of this particular folder. That one. That's the first security measure. Okay. Now, if someone without permission access the network, that's also creating a problem, because if this someone access the network and have access to user and password of this particular folder, then they can access the file sharing facility or services in the network. So, for example, in Bank Central Asia, I think many of their site is not running Wi-Fi. So no one can access the network through Wi-Fi because they disable the Wi-Fi. Okay, so that's the security measure in some of the bank. Or the Wi-Fi is only for the employee to access the internet. So the internet access is separate network than the internal access. Okay, so that's one of the approach, but make sure no one from the internet access the intranet, because that's becoming the backdoor of uh, the working network. One of the bad, no, the well, bad. Actually, it's bad. Bad story. When I did a training session, actually it's a cybersecurity training session in the Indonesian television station TVRI, TV Republik Indonesia. Okay, yes, I did the training session in television TV Republik Indonesia on cybersecurity, and this is a live live training session, and then I asked the student to be, this is connected to the internal network of the television. So I asked the student to check all the computer that share the file in the network. Okay, so they check all the computer in the file in the network, check who's sharing the folder and so on. Okay, now the problem is some of these computers They open the file sharing without any username, without any password. So anyone can access this particular file folder. Okay. The pro- this is in the national television station. So we can access the folder. The problem is the file they put in the folder is not a good file. It's a film, video, the adult thing. So that's happened. This is the national station, you see. So, so that's the problem with file sharing. Okay, so that's part of the this one hacking stuff. How to hack the network. There are many things that I'm not sharing in this hacking part of the cybersecurity. One of the example is the man in the middle attack. This is the most dangerous. Uh, this is the most dangerous actually. This is man in the middle attack. Okay, basically this has very high probability to success. Okay, so basically, do I have? Okay, this one. Easiest. So basically, we the attacker sit over here. The client will communicate to the internet over Wi-Fi, local network, and through the firewall. And basically, the attacker tell the client that we are the firewall. We tell the firewall that we are the client. So we cheat both ways, the firewall and the client as well. So every traffic will goes to our computer. Traffic from the client to the internet goes to our computer and pass it to the router. And the router goes to our computer and pass it to the client. This approach normally used in school, in campuses, when they want to steal the bandwidth. Okay, so basically they fool all the client that this is our the gateway, and they squeeze the bandwidth very low for all clients. So then we can have all the internet for ourselves. We are not sharing the network with the other victim, basically. So that's what normally the student do in at school. Okay, we basically cheat all the client and then they squeeze the bandwidth. Okay, now in the more brutal scenario, basically we run this one, man man in the middle SSH and proxy. So SSH, if somebody remote login from their computer to the server, but this is rare because not many users remote login to a server. Most user only browsing through the internet. So what normally we do is using this one, the proxy. Okay, this one is dangerous because we can get okay, we can run something like this and then we can get the actual password, although the client actually browse the internet using HTTPS. We can still get the browser. How to solve this problem? Actually, not that difficult, but not many people knows about this. The problem is, so basically we spoofing the MAC address of the gateway. So if we see the, let me make it bigger here. Okay, if we, I don't know whether you can do these things in Windows. Basically, the operating system keep a table containing the MAC address and IP address. Okay, so the OS, the operating system, has this kind of table. This particular IP address attached to which MAC address. Okay. Now, that's how the computer send packet from one computer to the internet. So this is gateway. This one the gateway. So if you want to talk to the internet, we send the packet to this particular MAC address. Okay. So when I want to send a packet to Google, we send it to this one, to this MAC address. Now, if we change this address to this one, so all the computer with the victim, the computer victim will think that this is the this particular MAC address is actually the gateway. How can we do these things? We can do something like this. So this basically, uh, we are telling the victim that this is the gateway. Okay, so that's how to do these things. Okay, that way we have to spoof the address resolution. This is address resolution protocol table in every single MAC address in different computer. Okay, we can write a small script to do these things, and then all the computer will be full, and then we will send the packet to our computer. Okay, so that's how it works. Now, how can we solve this problem? Actually, we need to set the, see this flag. We need to set the table into static table, especially this one. So we have to make sure that this particular list, this particular entry is a static. We set manually. Yes, we can set it manually. Okay, let me see. So this is how to set the okay, this one. Basically, we set hardware is Ethernet, interface is this one, and we set okay. No, this one. Add entry. This is the one. So we add entry. So if this particular minus S is static, this one is the IP address. This is the MAC address. Okay, that's how we add the entry, or we can put it in a file. Okay, in a file. So every time the computer, we turn on the computer, all the table will be set statically, especially to the gateway. Okay, if we have server and gateway, we have to put the server and gateway using this kind of approach, so we can have the table statically. So somebody that wants to attack the, they want to spoof the address resolution protocol table, will not be able to do that, those things. Okay, so that's management attack. So uh, I'm not normally tell these things because this is actually the most dangerous, one of the most dangerous. The other one, my students, this is like second semester and fourth semester student. Our campus was asked by the Indonesian Parliament the other day, and they asked if we can evaluate their websites. So yes, we did. I asked my vice rector actually. He actually asked my student to do those things. Can you guys evaluate the website of the Indonesian Parliament? And then yes, they did, but they did it differently. So I was surprised. Okay, they do it. They attack. They do the penetration test to the Parliament website using AI. Okay, so yes, now the student actually use AI to attack. In the past, we normally evaluate using this kind of vulnerability analysis. This is Helium, those SH. we can use this tool, web scanner attack, network scanner, API scanner, mobile scanner, attack, surface monitor, brute force, and so on. Okay, so we normally use this kind of tool. This particular website allow us to do this evaluation. I think the free version allow us to do twice a month. So for example, this one I evaluate the open course dot itts.ac.id. So one medium, two low, and one informational. So you can tell what's the condition of our website. Okay, using these tools. Now, this is classic. Basically, this is the old ways to do these things. The new ways they are not using these things. They use AI. So the one of the easiest way to do this thing is using ChatGPT, but ChatGPT will not allow us to do these things, so we have to find the tool maybe in GitHub. Because my student did not tell me how to do how to do these things uh, correctly. So if an apps, okay, I need to log in. Oh, try to find directly. Okay, let me AI pen test. Okay, okay, this one pen test GPT, but I think this one is connected directly to ChatGPT. But I hope it works. So there are script to do these things. Okay, we need to play around a little bit about these things. Eyeballer, pentest screenshot. This is screenshot. If we are okay, this. So there are several of these things. Pentest AI, machine learning. So it's now moving to AI to do these things, and having AI running on the back end to do the pen test, it's more what creative basically, because AI have a more possibility to they have more variation to do the attack. So finally, my student actually get a lot more holes in the parliament websites. Okay, so it works actually. So they use this kind of tools. There are quite a lot actually. How many? 195. Okay, so we have to test, play around with these things. You can check this one actually, the how many people download or how many star it has. So this is small. So this two has more. Sniff Air, Pentest GPT, and Eyeballer. Okay, so these three we can check using these three, and hopefully you can. So the rest is not much. Yeah, the rest is not much. So those three is the highest. See, 88, 22, 18, 10, nothing. So basically, we can try. Oops, God. So we can try three of these things. I think because this is screenshot. This one is screenshot. It's may not be interesting. This two is interesting. Okay, so we can try this two, and then hopefully we will get something interesting. This is part of research. If you play around with this thing, you may likely find a lot of findings for research for your journal paper. So it's easy to get those journal papers. Just use GitHub and check this one. If there are not many people actually working on these things, that means the possibility to get findings, to find findings, it's much easier. So this is my student actually. They play around with this thing now. This is undergraduate students, second semester and fourth semester. They play around with these things and they find a lot of things, a lot of interesting things. Okay, so that's AI, and then let's move on. So basically, I will give overview. Do we have any class for next week? I think we have no class for next week. Eh? It's finished. Eh? Okay, now the the this part. So from this one to this one. So from uh, TCP/IP concept up to network programming is basically more on networking. Okay. Oops. Sorry. Oops. Whoop. Whoa. Whoop. Okay. I did mention about this the other day. I did try to teach you, I think, about this thing last week, but minutes only like few minutes on this one. Okay. I did use a lot of the network simulator, and then the other thing here is I have not telling you about. Okay, now this one network benchmarking is very important actually. Uh, it may relate to cybersecurity. Basically, in network benchmarking, we can test the maximum performance of certain topology or certain setup. For example, this is happens very frequently. For example, the city government, they set up an opening for job, and we can predict the website that broadcast that put notification on that kind of thing will likely to be down in a matter of hours. When they start posting, okay, you can access the website, this particular website, for information on job openings, and then this particular website will down in hours. The other one is, for example, for school. Uh, every term, every semester, especially in when opening for new student to come to a school, the government, especially for school government, high school, middle school, the primary school, when they publish the result of the test, that particular website will likely down. Okay, why? Because most of the administrator, they or or not only the administrator, the project manager of that particular site will likely to only test the functionality of the web, but not testing the actual capacity, the capability on holding the traffic. So they only test the functionality. Okay, the node is post. Okay, people can access, but they are not testing the how many people can access the website. So we need this kind of thing, network benchmarking, to do those things actually. Okay, this is some of the thing that we can use. Let me see if I can see things here. Okay, this is how to measure the bandwidth of the network. We can also measure the file sharing. We can measure DNS, we can measure database, we can measure website, we can measure many things actually. This may not like cybersecurity stuff, but if a website is disabled because so many people accessing the websites, it's looks very similar to denial of service. So there is a denial of service attack. That kind of attack is actually because the attacker sent lots of packet for request of for request for a service. So there are a lot of packet requests for service, but this is in the attack scenario, the packet sent by the attacker. The attacker sent a packet for request. But but in the Indonesian government scenario, this is not attacker. This is the people, the Indonesian people accessing the website, because in Indonesia we have lots of people. They accessing the website and the websites collapse because so many people. So actually the project manager should do this kind of thing. Bandwidth, they have to measure this thing. They never measure this thing, so we are in big trouble. After that they said, okay, please do it at night and so on, that kind of thing. So the solution is actually simple. We need to replicate the website. If we use cloud, for example, Kubernetes or Docker, it's easier to handle this kind of problem. We just replicate the server, several of them, and they will likely to handle these things. But replicate a server means cost. So we need to allocate more money to handle the traffic, basically. So it's not that difficult actually, but somebody has to do those things. So we can do a lot of things with this. Okay, so that's network benchmarking. Okay, the other thing is tier standard in data center. This is not a formal, well, this is basically a consensus of standard. There are tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, and so on. So basically it will tell the number of the uptime. Tier 1, the uptime is 99.621% uptime. No redundancy in the server. Downtime per year is 28.8 hours. Okay, so we have to set up the capacity based on this KPI basically. Tier 2 is more brutal, 22 hours downtime per year. Tier 3, it should have a lot of redundancy. Tier 4, much more, a lot of redundancy, and only 26.3 minutes downtime per year. So that's quite something. And it has the ability to sustain power for 96-hour protection. Okay, that's the theory. In reality, when you see the, let me see if I can go to IDC. Jakarta. If I can see the IDC building, the new one. Okay, I have to tell you first. Actually, this is not correct. Every single data center will not like to have their picture on Google. But let me see if they actually do these things. Okay, okay. No. They this is actually inside IDC. This is the dangerous part actually. This is the dangerous part from the Indonesian internet point of view. This is very critical. If somebody cut the cable or make this thing, they blow these things, we are in big trouble. So this is the dangerous part actually. It's inside the building, but the actual building is not there. Let me see this one. Okay, let me see if this is okay. Okay, this is the patch panel basically of the in IDC, and this is new building. This one is new building. This is not the old one. This is their newer building, and at the ground level of the new building, if you pass, let me see if I can use Google Map. This one actually. Okay. Oops. This one. Okay. If it is a good, what's that? A good data center, they will have very limited information about their location. A good one. Okay, let me see if I can show. I can see. Okay, okay. Let me see if I can use this one. This is the new building. Oh, this is the old one. So if this is the old building, let me see. I think this one is newer one. Okay, this one is new. If we go here, it's old. This one the old. See, only like three-story building. If we move to here, it's a lot more. See this? See, that's like higher ups. Let me see if I can do it again. Okay. See this high-rise building. See this? This is the big problem. See, this one is one of the most critical data center in Indonesia. Yes, inside the building may be okay. And at the bottom, if we move a little bit here, oops, old again. At the bottom of this building, actually, you will see a lot of big generator. So that's for handling they are aiming for the 90 something hours capacity to sustain the whole building. 90 hours. 90 minutes, 90 hours. Let me see. 96 hours, right? Okay. So they have a big generator here, but we cannot see it. And this one is the big trouble. So we are not supposed to have this kind of thing, okay? Because to disable the network is very easy actually. All we need to do is cutting all this cable and it's done. Internet is cut by cutting it. So this is dangerous actually in front of the data center. This particular data center is not government owned. I think there are not many government owned data center. That's a problem. Including I just realized today actually that the national data center built by the Indonesian government is actually they are renting the data center to the operator. So they are not owning the data center. So that's tough. So this particular data center is the private data center. This is their old data center still running. This is their new one. I don't know how many stories, I forgot. 11 or something stories, and a lot of server is running here. The speed is at least 10 gigabit per second. 10 or 100, I forgot. So there is no Ethernet, no Ethernet, all fiber optic inside this building. So there is no Ethernet, all fiber in the building. Okay, so that's this one. That's for the capacity. Let me see. Where is it? Where is my class? This one? No. Where? Okay. I don't need this one. I don't need this one. Need this one. I don't need this one. I don't need this one. This one. I'm looking for my this one. No. I just open again. Okay. 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 So that's about network benchmarking. Okay. Now network programming is different animal. So basically, in network programming, in normal programming, normally we get the input data and we process the input data in computer and we output the results in same computer. Okay. In network programming, basically we receive the data, send the data over the network, and receive the data on the other end. So that's network programming. So this is part of the network programming. Where the network programming goes, network programming will part of the Internet of Things. We can use Arduino, the cheapest thing that we play around is this one, Wemos. Okay, so this is the network programming things. Okay, now what kind of thing we can play around with the network programming is very simple. For example, you go to Indomaret or the store, you can see EDP. Uh, not this one. EDP for payment. Okay, let me see if I can see digital payment. ADP what they call, let me see again. Okay, okay, this thing here. Okay, so this is actually like this one is actually Internet of Things. Okay, everything that use device and connected to internet and do something over the internet, computer, device to device, device to server, sensor to server, it's called Internet of Things. So actually many of the traffic in Indonesia is actually not human. It's actually coming from this kind of device. Okay, so it can be curious also same thing, but curious is in our handphone, in our phone. Like this kind of thing is a standalone device. You can see the e-money for toll. See the toll. Inside these things is actually Internet of Things again. And we use RFID to talk to the toll card is again Internet of Things. So of Things is very very important uh, for money transaction at least, but gradually many of uh, the other sector actually use Internet of Things. For example, in IoT, in uh, this is shrimp tambak. Okay. This is shrimp. This is shrimp. This is shrimp. What's that? Farming. Okay. Shrimp is very lucrative business. A lot of money. They put in shrimp because so shrimp making a lot of money. The problem with that is we have to make sure no single shrimp is dead. So to make sure those things, basically we set up a lot of sensor. It is. So this is one example. We can generate the electricity from the sun or from the turbine, and we put it in the battery, and we do the sensor. This is like sensor for dissolve oxygen in the water. We can do a lot of sensor here. Okay, but many of us actually built our own sensor. For example, this one. Okay, this is the example. So we have speed sensor, we have motor stepper, and so on. So we do a lot of these things, and we access the sensor remotely. Oh, okay, this one is in my website. So this is in Ono Wiki. You can see these things here. So all the data is sent over the network to the server and analyzed by the server, and we can decide whether we need to add more food for the shrimp, or we need to add more water, we need to add something. So all done automatically. Okay, so that's the like sometimes we, if it is shrimp, it's something like that, but it's also used in hydroponic farming and so on. So a lot of the this sector use electronic to operate the system automatically, because like it is impossible to watch the activity in like this kind of big farm, shrimp farm, and so on. So we need to install electronics to help our work here. And this is important because it's actually, if everything fail, we lost billion of rupiah. So we have to install these things. The problem is, again, in terms of the security, we need to secure all these things. Okay, we need to make sure all the pipe is encrypted. There's a username, password, and so on. The problem with this kind of approach, when we try to save, to make sure we make secure network. See this here? The processor is small. Here, I need to tell you how much it costs. It is Arduino. It costs only a fraction. Oops. Okay. This is one of the expensive one. This is the expensive one. See this? Oops. It's cheap now. 57,000 rupiah. This is a complete kit for student to try. Is 180 rupiah and so on. So it's quite okay now. 43. Okay. Let me see how much Wemos. How much Wemos cost? I think little bit. See this? Only 25,000. Much cheaper. See this? 25,000. So I use this one actually because it's so cheap. It's okay. I can lose one of this thing. And in this one we have Wi-Fi built in. So this one, the this small thing here. Let me see if I can make it. Let me see if I can make it bigger. So this one, this is actually the Wi-Fi antenna. So within this chip, we already have Wi-Fi. We have several nodes and several. So it's so cheap. The problem with this kind of approach is cheap, okay, but the problem is if we want to encrypt the data, we are in big trouble because the processor is not strong enough, not good enough to be able to encrypt the data. So that's our problem here. So basically, normally we send the data using Wi-Fi to local gateway and encrypt the transmission to the internet from the gateway. The gateway can be Raspberry Pi. Let me see how much Raspberry Pi now. I think around 1 million rupiah. So the gateway most likely a Raspberry Pi. Wow. Okay. There is a Raspberry Pi, small Raspberry Pi. What is this? I don't know about this thing. This is new. Huh? Is this serious? 12,000? Wow. Okay. This is interesting. Oh, only cable. That's why it's so cheap. That's cheating. Only cable, man. Okay. So basically, we use mini PC basically. We use mini PC to collect all the data from the farm and then send the data over the internet using this mini PC. Can be Raspberry Pi. Okay, this one is for reading the RFID, the e-money and so on. We can read using this sensor. This is RFID sensor basically, this one. Okay. So we use these things. So we integrate this thing using network programming, and then we, of course, we need to again encrypt. We need to make sure we need to make sure we set up the firewall and so on. Otherwise, somebody will attack this thing. Actually, attacking this thing is very simple. All this equipment needs battery, needs power. So if we can turn off the power, it's gone. As simple as that, actually. We can cut the cable and that gone. Okay. So we have to secure physically the whole thing. Otherwise, we are in big trouble. Okay. And also during if we use sunlight to power the device, we need to make sure there is a sun, or we need to make sure we have enough battery to hold the electricity if there is no sun. So that's the internet network programming. Where is my this one? Okay, that's so we use Internet of Things. We use Arduino for network programming. So that's network programming. This is another class actually. I think all of you has gone through this kind of class. That's it. Oh, routings. In the advanced routings, let me see. We has OSPF, open, shortest path first. That's always, and BGP, Border Gateway Protocol. These two are the most used protocol in the more advanced network. BGP used by the internet service provider, while OSPF normally used in corporate, in enterprise. So we use this kind of two network, OSPF and BGP. In the BGP, the problem with this thing is this one. Let me see if I can show you. The, so this is actually the command. We need to set up this thing. Now the problem with this thing, if this is how to talk to the other routers, talk to peer. Peer is the other routers. Basically, the router will tell the other routers that, okay, I can serve connection to this IP address, this IP address, this IP address, this IP address by sending this one. So this is how we actually tell the other one, okay, I can serve this network. I can serve this network. I can serve this network. So that's how we actually tell the other one that we can serve this one. Okay. Now the problem with this setup is if there is no password. This particular example is the exchange is done without any password. Okay, because this is for experiment only. But in reality, we need to set a password. Okay, and we need to set up the encryption is done by we can encrypt all the transaction as well, but that's make things much more difficult. If we can put it in plain text, it's much easier, but everybody can see things. Okay, so we need to set a password in the routers, and then we need to make sure that only those with correct password can pass the network information. Then that's how the internet works actually. Okay, so we have to have a AS ES number. We have to have BGP peers. We have to know the AS number of the peers, and we have to exchange by password and so on, and we can pass these things. Okay, so that's how the net works, and the biggest exchange of this BGP network is in IDC. That one, IDC building in Jakarta. So that's the picture I showed you the other, this one. Okay, this is all the connection among the Indonesian operator is this one over here using this BGP. So this is very dangerous actually, and I think the administrator is less than 20 people to operate the whole network in Indonesia on this one. And the agreement among them is they are not allowed in any single circumstance meeting. They are not allowed to get together all the administrator. Okay, so they are not supposed to get together at one time. At one time, the whole administrator in one place, because if they are all dead, the Indonesian network will collapse. Okay, so that's I have been into this room. Don't worry. So I know. Well, I know all. They are all friends. Actually, they are good guys. Okay. Okay. What else? I think I cover everything. I'm not covering the details, but I give you some idea what's in the networking and cybersecurity. Okay. Okay. Let me see. No questions. Okay. Just want you to make sure that you do the. Let me see the. Okay. So this is the your marks here. Okay. Oops, sorry. So this is your marks. Make sure uh, make sure you can do the exam as long as you like. Make sure you pass 85. I'm sure 85 is good enough for an A. But the final decision set by Pak Rus. So he's the one who set the mark for you, not me. Okay, so hopefully you can pass 85. The other 5 people here, make sure you do the exam. Until when? Until Professor Wiranto and Pak Rus telling me that I have to submit the mark. So okay, no questions, nothing. Okay, could we see? Oh, this is the PUS. Okay, thank you very much. Have fun. Hope you get all of you get an A. Thank you. No class for next week, eh? Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, sir.
Thank
Okay.
you so
Okay.
Thank you,
much,
sir.
sir.
Okay.